of time, 'cause I'm low on the phone, you say. So I talk till I drop, you say, how could I have a heart made of stone? Why you? Oh, when we synchronize, it's exactly what I thought and I fantasized. Playing games with my mind, making us collide. And we know how it goes when we're out at night. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. When you patronize, you're so satisfied. When I dig in the dirt, you're in paradise. And I know that you know I can sleep at night. Oh, and you're by my side. And it's smooth how you move, 'cause I'm petrified. Setting traps in my head, messing with my mind. When you talk, but I know you're lying. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. Why you so icy cold? My tears can't drip. Sitting awake alone, tattoos I miss. If I was to call your phone, I know you'd click. Baby, can I have the throne? I call it quits. You can even have my car, I don't need it. I've been inside my room since you left it. Thinking about the place where we first kissed. Oh, and I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold.
Time to check in with your affiliations. Recently, the city hosted 2 major events, Rival Day and an election. Let's start with Rival Day. In round 1, the Northside Knights broke free from the South City Vipers to advance to the finals, where they met the Beasts of the East, who got to the finals by eliminating the Western Wildcats.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Knicks ready to enjoy that one-of-a-kind New York home court advantage. Coming into the building earlier tonight, the tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. 2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kevin, even though starters are important, those great sixth men have been the key to so many championship teams. Think about the likes of Andre Iguodala, Manu Ginobili, Lamar Odom. And still, with some, there's a stigma to coming off the bench. Iguodala said it's ingrained early, but in particular, he said, in the NBA, it's I need to get paid like a starter. And guys, that's a sacrifice that not many are willing to line up for.
David Aldridge, thank you. Here's a look at some of the stats for Anthony Davis.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under him.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol in at the 5 spot. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Filling out the wings are Bullock and Barrett. And it's Payton in at the 1. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Payton against Schroeder. Payton's shot is off. And it's Davis with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. James. And that one drops.
That is the savvy of LeBron on display. Doesn't just convert, but draws the foul and has the chance to tack another one on his point total.
Even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
Free throw good, James.
Well, there are only a handful of players who've been on the line more often than LeBron, and no surprise, every one of them a Hall of Famer. That's where he's headed to.
Now here's Payton. Shot on the wing, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Barrett wide open, he fires. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
Here's LeBron, and he drops in the layup off the glass. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Outside, Davis. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Well, I tell you, it doesn't matter what the defense tries to do against Anthony Davis. When he puts it on the floor like that, he's determined to score.
And Randall throws it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
72% at the line this season. He has yet to set himself apart in that department.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
First one falls for him. And James drills them both. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And stolen by LeBron. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Barrett. This one for three. No good on that one.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
I think it's important that Caldwell Pope makes these shots, showing real toughness, converting through contact.
Payton passes to Randall. Now here's Bullock. They get it back. Robinson, that's good.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the boards because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Here's James. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. LeBron's got 11 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And Barrett gets it to go.
And, well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
James. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 13 points in the game.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at New York. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season.
And seeing where the Knicks are, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
Now here's Schroeder after R.J. Barrett's miss. Misses the layup.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. And there it is for him.
And Payton has the ability to turn the Jets on in a heartbeat. When you allow him some space to get going, it's over.
Here's LeBron. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
A lot of tough teams in this league, Kevin. Here's where New York sits right now.
And go back to their top-notch defense. They just smother you and impose their will on you. A lot of nights it seems like teams don't even know what hit them.
Knicks trail by 5. Bullock with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Barrett. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Davis.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
New York shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Barrett. and he can't hit the second. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. An opportunity here to go to the 2K leaderboard and see who's been the hottest of the hot at the small forward position for the past month. LeBron James second.
I mean, tremendously gifted athletically. I mean, we're used to seeing that at that spot on the floor, and they pretty much all give astonishing individual performances on any given night.
Well, we know the small forward spot is where the bulk of the scoring load rests on most teams. I mean, those players on that list. Oh my goodness! That was special. Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Knicks trail by 4. That's tipped. It's stolen by Schroeder. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Rejected by Gasol.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Julius Randle picks one up.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor, and he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility, and offense is tertiary to his contributions.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
A sharpshooter with a quick trigger release, Caldwell Pope is known for being an efficient scorer.
A different look for New York. Burks, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
Here's LeBron, and the dunk by James.
And, you know, this is where James is most dangerous, attacking and looking to tear into that defense.
Knicks trail by 7. In the corner, Barrett with it. No good on the 3. You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? And the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps. And, Clark, you just figured it was a matter of time before Davis started working away from the basket last season, attempting the most threes of his career.
Yeah, I agree with you. That evolution of his game was something that we all could kind of forecast. He still gets it done inside when he needs to, but he's had some injuries, and he understands being smart and efficient is just as important as being physical and tough, and he just picks and chooses his spots. And I think his perimeter shot is really good now, and I just think it's going to continue to get better with time.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite-level defender, guards multiple positions, and turns away a number of shots.
And New York making a change here. Noel's checked in. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. He hits both from the stripe. And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible. And he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And Burks hits 2 free throws.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. It's good from long range. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
New York calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Harrell's checked in.
A moment here to see the numbers for Anthony Davis. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's putting up about 21 points per, 8 rebounds, then just over 2 blocks. And the intimidation factor that he possesses with his shot blocking and rim presence, really the backbone of their defense.
Yeah, you know, he's protecting the rim like it's his family. I mean, don't even think about going in there.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Knicks. It's a 10-point game. Rose dishes to Noel. Back to Rose. There's the pass to Burks. Buries the long-range jumper. Burks has got 5 points so far.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Sinks the triple.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Knicks trail by 8. Here's Barrett. Noel trying to break loose. And Barrett gets it to go. He's got 9.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with it.
Here's Harrell. Offline with his 3. The Knicks shooting it officially from the get-go. They're at 52% from the field. Here's Robinson. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And now it's just a 4-point Los Angeles lead. L.A. has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. And here's Davis for 3. Robinson pulls it in. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Burks the pass to Noel. Clock at 6. Here's Rose. Noel down low. Harrell on him. Outside Rose. New York needs to get off a shot. It's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And as he gets older, we've seen Derrick Rose coming out of his shell a bit more. Early in his career, he was wary of strangers and the media.
And he's checked in for New York. Kevin Knox comes in for R.J. Barrett. And then for the Lakers, Markieff Morris is checked in for Anthony Davis. Matthews comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. And growing up, Derrick Rose protected by his family from the dangers of Chicago. Then, Greg, after starring at the University of Memphis, he was drafted by his hometown Bulls.
Anointed a savior from day one. You talk about a life under the microscope. Sports writers picking him apart, rabid fans wanting a piece. In a lot of ways, it's probably better for him not playing in Chicago. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Possessing great mobility at his size, Harrell runs the floor like a deer.
And good that time.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And here's Matthews from the arc. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Knicks trail by 8. Burks on the wing. It's Noel, high post. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
Knicks ball.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Burks.
Austin Rivers.
.158 left in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's Knox. Got a piece of it. Los Angeles leading by 8. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. .146 left to play in the first. From the arc, a three-pointer is right on target.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here's Matthews from the arc, trains the three-pointer. Matthews has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Pass to Knox. Rivers against Morris. Kept alive. Another shot. And Noel lays it up and in. Noel's got his second basket.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. Second chance shot and another basket for the Lakers.
Much respect you got to give Matthews for that mid-range J now. He's automatic. His in-between game, filthy.
Here's Rivers. And that one is off. And the Lakers take it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
And the basket by Knox. Here's Caruso. 5 points in the game. And Matthews gets it to go. Matthews has got 10 points in the game.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, Greg, we know he's already a solid scorer, but Kyle Kuzma spoke to us before the game about evolving his game.
The biggest area of growth would definitely be on the defensive end and my playmaking ability. This year, I'm just trying to be a consistent defender, find my teammates because I have so much attention offensively. So I think those are two areas.
Now, having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it takes to win.
He's getting only so many shots per game, so I applaud him for finding other ways to contribute to his team with an eye toward the greater goal.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
Toppin is out there with Knox. Then it's Rivers. Then it's Randall. That's the 5 for New York right now.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Knox. They get it back. And Randall throws it down.
Guys, Randall is simply a beast on the offensive board.
And here's Morris for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Outside Matthews. Finished off the break. Matthews has got the lead up to 14 now for the Lakers.
Matthews strong and confident, able to finish through tough defense there.
Rivers can't get it to go. It's stolen by Randall. Yes, that goes in. Randall's got 4 points this quarter.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Again, Los Angeles.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
And Randall throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, it's been all high percentage shots for him so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Here's Caruso. He has 5. And here's Matthews for the 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
With the floater, and it's finished off inside by Rivers. Rivers has got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Banked in off the glass. He's got 7.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Knicks trail by 17. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
Timeout called the Lakers. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You take a look at Los Angeles. Off to a great start this season, currently in second.
And for the Lakers, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Payton outside. And Payton throws it down.
And the defense has to do a better job of not allowing Payton to get past him off the drive like that. I mean, this guy can take off quickly for these dunks if you don't guard it.
And here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top rebounding teams this season. Number 5, the Knicks.
It's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. I think the salaries now could exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deals, and they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning.
Knicks trail by 19. Up top, Barrett. James covering. Trying to get open is Randall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths, shooting in the low 60s last season.
And you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
And that one falls for Barrett. And the Knicks making a change here. Rose is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Lakers leading by 17. Here's Caldwell Pope. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. And so it's Rose bringing it up for New York. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team. Here's Randall, and Davis sends it back.
Davis's anticipation and timing, so good at the defensive end. This guy is a shot-blocking machine.
Burks, he's checked in for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 17. Randall finds Burks. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Burks has got 7. LA has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. James, and the dunk by LeBron.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
It's Barrett on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And James throws it down.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
New York's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Now Rose. Last time 14 points for him. In the corner, Barrett with it. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Lakers leading by 19 points. LeBron drives in and finished off by LeBron.
Gasol is one of the best passers in the league. I mean, at his position, there aren't many better. Excellent at scanning the floor and finding the open man.
New York shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Rose against Caldwell Pope. From past the arc. Rose, no good. Davis against Randall. And the shot goes in. He has 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Burks. Back to Rose. Passes it to Barrett. Here's Randall. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 4th assist in this one. Here's LeBron. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
You know, the power and intensity on display there from James, guys. I mean, giving the defense no other choice but to foul.
He's had 5 chances at the line, gone 4 for 5. And he makes the first. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley. And
and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
right? Let's get back in both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly.
Boy, AD's showing you how strong and willing to work he is, because that was a difficult bucket there.
It's stolen by Davis. Dishes to Schroeder. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Rose. This is his first free throw of the game.
He was extremely sharp at the free throw line in their last outing.
And it helped them get a narrow win. They needed every one of those points he got from the line. Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. And it's Rose with the ball for the Knicks. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Down low, here's Noel. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And now taking a look at some numbers for Noel. How last month turned out for him? He's getting around 4 points a game, almost 2.5 blocks, and 6 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contribution.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
And he knocks down the first one.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Both shots good from the stripe.
You're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 13-5 run. Nailed from three-point land. Schroeder's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Barrett against James. Robinson passes to Barrett. Yep, that one goes in there. Barrett's got 17 now.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty, an incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
New York's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Burks the pass to Robinson. It's Barrett on the wing. And again, New York with the triple.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Los Angeles leading by 23. Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Robinson finds Noel. That one good for two.
Really got to admire how confident Noel looks from the mid-range. I mean, squaring up and knocking down these shots consistently.
Lays it up off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got 11 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Schroeder, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Schroeder's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. It can't happen.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
And the Lakers call time here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Toppin, he's checked in for Robinson. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Caruso. He's covered by Rose. Here's Davis. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And they've been working hard on the offensive glass here in the second, and it's paying dividends. They're getting a lot of second chance points.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. And stolen by Harrell. Here's Caruso. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Good work there as it goes. Noel's got 10 points.
Really got to admire the way Noel adjusts after contact. Excellent body control by the big man.
Here's Kuzma. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Barrett's got 4 rebounds now tonight. He feeds it to Rose. The pass to Toppin. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Schroeder with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Count that one.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
To the middle. Here's Noel. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 6th assist on the night.
Most of Noel's points come on the interior. Really uses his size effectively down there.
And he gets it to go.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area. Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And it's good, 2 points. He's got 18.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Rose passes to Noel. Here's Barrett. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Schroeder, and the layup's good off the glass. Schroeder's got 20 points.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
We got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. That's us communication on front and the post and, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And, of course, the duo of Anthony Davis and LeBron James in action for the Lakers. Kenny, when's the last time there was a duo this talented?
Man, this might be the most talented duo that I've seen, in Laker history. I don't know if there's a Laker duo.
LeBron and AD, when you think about Steph and KD, that's a pretty talented duo. And
I'm just talking about Laker history. What's that? What's that noise?
This must be static in the microphone.
Because I'm thinking about, okay, I got one. No, you're right. You're right, Shaq. There's no static. Kareem and Magic.
Yeah. What's static? Have you got one in your mind?
No, just what's scary about LeBron
Kobe
and
didn't
AD.
do it by himself. Who was Kobe's wingman?
Oh! Kobe and Paul Gasol.
Yes.
That was a great Laker duo.
Yes, I like that too.
Anyway,
Excellent
what's
answer.
scary, LeBron and AD can still get better.
Excellent.
The duo can do anything they want on the court together.
Man, that Paul Gasol was unbelievable. Maybe the best Laker big man of all time.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by James.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Gasol in at the 5. And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. Pass to Barrett, takes the 3. That one's not going to go. It's James atop the key, and LeBron throws it down hard.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game, Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
121.
On its way from Caldwell-Pope for 2. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Caldwell-Pope's got 13. To the paint. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Man, I like how Payton runs things. I mean, his passing-first mentality is exactly what you want from your point guard.
A nice shot by LeBron.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Pass to Bullock. New York moving it around. And Gasol comes to help. Three-pointer. They get it again. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Payton kicks to Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Payton. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. They grab their own miss, and that one's good. Schroeder.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Here's Randall. He's got 13. Passes to Barrett. Lets it go with a 3.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Barrett with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And the Knicks miss again. Lakers have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Friday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
The first one falls, and Los Angeles with some changes. Markieff Morris comes in for Davis, and Wesley Matthews subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. That one is no good. New York's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Randall with the ball. Gasol covering. That one goes in. 15 points for Julius Randle.
For Randle, another bucket. He continues to expand his offensive game.
And here's James outside. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Payton dishes to Barrett. Bullock with it. He's against Morris. Barrett for 3. But they recover it.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Payton. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And James throws it down.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Quickly, rejected by Gasol. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Los Angeles. Lots of room. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
Here's Caruso. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Rivers to the left wing. Quickly. Offensive rebound. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 10 points.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
He gets it in there.
Boy, I tell you, efficiency is what comes to mind for Wesley Matthews here. And because of that, he's catching and firing right away.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Back to Caldwell Pope. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Now the pass to Knox. And here's Rivers. And here's Randall. He's got 15. And it's Robinson with the jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. There will be a subtle but significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. In fact, they were the association's original supplier starting in 1946. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you. The Knicks shooting in the second half so far, about 45%. Floats one up, and the basket by Knox. He's got 12.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Matthews into the lane. Robinson with the block. And pushing it up. Here's New York. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Timeout called the Lakers.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
So much is at stake, I need a lot on my plate. Get up, you get got the only option is stay. Yeah, I see them block, but I'm safe. I don't post too much, can't no op on my place. Gotta keep my distance if you talk to my space. I came off the block and now I'm popping like a snake. Yeah, when the beat stop me, somebody please stop me. It's just me dropping, they just eavesdropping. I don't need nothing, why you mean mugging? They don't mean nothing, just a touchdown.
And New York making a change here. Noel's checked in. The Lakers also making some changes. Harrell comes in for Marc Gasol. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Caruso, no good, unable to end this run. And for the Knicks, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got 12 points in the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Matthews into the lane, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And Matthews is just vicious on the drive, solid at sprinting all the way inside for the layup. You don't see guys do that as much. They're running to that three-point line. Matthews right to the rack.
And Caruso's got the ball here for Los Angeles. Here's Kuzma, and again it's the Lakers. Knicks on offense. They're on a 19-6 run. Pass to Rivers for the 3. He misses that time, but only 5 misses in his 11 shots from the field as he's 6 of 11.
Well, teams look for plus sixes, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Wing shot on the way, and Harrell the bucket on the assist by Morris. Harrell's got his third basket of the night right there.
And with toughness and physicality, Harrell can simply overpower opponents offensively.
Rivers passes to Robinson. Back to Rivers. And stolen by Kuzma. And here we go. Kuzma heading to the hoop. And Kuzma slams it in.
Well, you've got to be attentive around Kuzma. You can't be casual. He's excellent at gambling appropriately and coming away with steals.
And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well-suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Pass to Knox. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Knicks shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going. Here's Rivers. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
That's a 2 from Matthews. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Matthews has got 6 here in this quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. How can you forget about him? He's not going to miss that open of a look.
From the wing, again, Los Angeles.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
They came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Swiped it away. Matthews. And it's Matthews with the jam.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. Every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Knocked loose. Matthews with the steal. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Quickly, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Lakers.
With their fast break operating so efficiently, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
First free throw is good. A different look for New York. Toppin, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. R.J. Barrett comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Rose in for Rivers. The Lakers also changing it up. Davis comes in for Morris. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. That one falls, so he hits both of them. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Here's Harrell. And that one goes long. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Mindset, so important for every player, but Matthews showing you when the defense isn't up on him, he's taking advantage of that.
Passes it to Barrett, shoots the 3. That one, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Now here is Davis. Tight defense on him, and it's Davis finishing it off.
When Davis is driving with momentum behind him, watch out below.
Kuzma against Barrett. Inside. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And Matthews gets it to go.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Emmanuel quickly. 2 shots.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Shrink the floor. When you're on the ball or close out faster. Okay, take away their airspace and then contain their drive.
And that's the catch-22 there. Frank Vogel wanting better perimeter defense, but also wanting to limit forays to the hoop.
Yeah, and it takes tremendous discipline to do that. Don't leave your feet, don't reach, and everyone help each other defensively.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Peyton. Toppin is out there with Reggie Bullock. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Noel in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. Knocked away. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. LeBron leading the charge.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop it.
And so here is New York. And good, there's another.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
They get the rebound. Davis. And the rejection by Noel.
Man, you can just see Noel's eyes light up when a shooter attempts these shots. He's so forceful and determined in his denials.
Now here's Peyton. It's deflected. Davis with it. Over Noel. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
The Lakers with the rebound. Here's McKinney over Peyton. Great touch on the 16-footer.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Payton looking around. The pass to Noel. Clock at 4. Off target from outside. The Lakers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Horton Tucker, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
And they double up Payton. Now Burks. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Marcus Gasol is checked in for LeBron.
Now into the lineup for the Lakers. Marcus Gasol.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
Just awesome aggressiveness by Noel, taking any shot that opens up for him.
Here's Cook. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Cook's got his first 2 points of the night. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for New York. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Payton outside. Pass to Bullock. Fires for 3. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. The shot's good.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Payton passes to Toppin. No good with the triple. The Lakers have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. It's taken away by Payton. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And slam dunk by Noel.
This guy Noel, man, he's got a massive reach. Just lob up these passes and he'll handle the rest of it.
The second chance effort, and Gasol lays it in. Gasol's got his first 2 points.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And here's Burks. Payton outside. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Noel shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Ray, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact, a lot was let go on the floor, to what we're seeing now when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. Eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man, and these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Alec Burks. Both free throws good from Noel.
You know, one of the things I really enjoy is watching guys work on their game, and Noel has done that. Not only in becoming a lockdown post defender, but a dependable scorer, too. And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning, I mean, they could use more from him, trying to shut the door on this one.
And the basket by Payton.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of play.
And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Horton Tucker. Again, Los Angeles. For New York, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. From downtown, knocks down the 3 ball. Ntilikina's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Man, good to see Ntilikina square up from deep. Has the size and touch needed to knock home these threes.
Here's Cook trying to get open as Davis. Again, Los Angeles.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
The Knicks have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. To the paint, here's Payton. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Yeah, I like the feel Ntilikina showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
Timeout called the Lakers. A lot of big decisions have fallen on Adam Silver's shoulders, the commissioner of the NBA. And Greg, I think you and I agree by all accounts he has succeeded with flying colors. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
No doubt about it. I mean, I don't know that you could have had a better person for the times. Adam Silver is to be commended, but I think also appreciated, not just from the players and the owners, but I think our fans should also appreciate who he is as a person. I've often said that commissioners typically work for the owners. He's the one commissioner, no matter the sport, that I've always felt like was a partner of the players as well.
So for the Knicks, Kevin Knox comes in for Reggie Bullock, and it's Rivers in for Elfrid Payton. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Markieff Morris is checked in for Anthony Davis. That one drops for him.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Noel against Gasol. Pass to Toppin. From down in the low post, it goes. Toppin's got his first points in this one.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard, reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Passes it to Knox. And again, New York with the triple.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And the Lakers turn it over again. Here's Rivers. Here's Ntilikina with the teardrop, and he sinks the layup. Ntilikina's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Cook, good. Here's Ntilikina. Down the stretch of last season, Greg, we saw some teams resting healthy players, even ones out of the playoff hunt, and they got fined. But is the amount, which I think is about $25,000, is that enough to discourage that tactic?
You know, I don't think it is. Not when team revenues are measured in the hundreds of millions. You got to do more to keep them honest. But by the same token, you know, if I got $200 million invested in a guy, I want to protect my investment. And so if I can rest them here or there and prolong their career, I think my organization's all the better for it.
And that one falls for Ntilikina.
And Ntilikina has a ton of potential, guys. A pass-first point guard with tremendous vision.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Knicks. Los Angeles on D. All sorts of time. And it's finished off inside by Toppin. Toppin's got 4 points this quarter.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Here's Gasol. The quick look, no good that time. New York's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Toppin kicks to Bullock. That three off the mark.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Here's Horton Tucker. Offensive rebound. Here's Gasol, and that one is good.
And, you know, Gasol is really superb at scoring over the defense inside. Now, it's not just his height and length, but I think it's his girth, too. He knows how to use every part of his body in close.
Rivers passes to Bullock. Here's Knox, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Knox has got 9 points now in just the second half. And it's been said that history is written by the victor. Certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously, and in the NBA, in basketball in general, one guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So it does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone, Elgin Baylor, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, a lot of greats who never won it. It's easy to count those rings. The measuring greatness has to take in the whole picture.
Hall of Famers, all of them.
At the line for your Knicks, Frank Ntilikina. Taking 2 shots.
2.
The first free throw is good. Los Angeles making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. Good on both. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here is Cook. That one off the back iron and out. Now here's Rivers. From deep. The shot's good from Ntilikina. Ntilikina's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Knicks. Pulls up on the wing. Again, Los Angeles.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
1:27 left in the game. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got 4 this quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
New York shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Here's Knox. Sinks the three-pointer.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning. and have not stopped.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're in front by 29. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Stolen by Rivers. The pass to Bullock. The three. And he's good on the three ball.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
2 points. That one goes.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
He had a nice open look right there.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with AD. Hey, you guys seem locked in tonight. What was the key?
Well, we came out aggressive defensively and offensively, and against a team like that, you got to come out aggressive defensively first, and I think we did that through the whole 48.
Yeah, you certainly beat them to the punch, and you beat them on the scoreboard as well, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.